Got it into the teeth of the defense and made them pay.
Pass to Green. Fires the three. The putback.
Okay, where's his body? B minus.
The Suns leading. Wow, potent offense. It's been fun to watch.
They're just aggressive and effective, taking it right to the defense. The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
The Rockets again can't hit. The Suns have gone a perfect 7 for 7. Pass to Warren, and he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Baisley, he's checked in for Durant. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
The Rockets have gone only 3 for 9 from the floor. Porter, the pass to Kaminsky. Oh, no good! Unable to win this run. Outside Booker. 32 seconds left now in the first quarter. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Booker's got 5 points.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Phoenix has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter.
I made a machine gun. Oh! He finally doing it!
Payne against Porter.
Jeffy, the school shooter is happening!
Outside Payne. MP finds Payne. Back to MP. The
Okay,
jump
this is how he
again.
honestly
This
goes
sounds
to
good for
Juvie,
2.
bro. Because
You know you're doing something right when you find yourself up double digits in the first period.
They were ready to roll right through the tip. There was no warm-up period. It was only, let's do this.
And so it's Phoenix closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. They've been aggressive in transition and find themselves in front. All right, we'll get back to...
That's a pretty good machine gun.
It's made out of wood. All right, I'll be the judge of that. I know what better when I see it. All right,
What if it actually shoots?
run, reload.
It'd be funny.
The Suns will go for a different look
Okay,
here. MP is checked in for Baisley. Durant comes in for Okogie. Booker, he's checked in for Ross. And Payne is subbed in for Paul.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
And with 8 minutes of playing basketball, either the live or video game version, he's often drawing.
Yeah, he grew up wanting to be an architect. I actually hear that he loves blueprints. But probably his most famous sketch, himself dunking on Joel Embiid
That's a
his
good
rookie
image
year.
of Jeffy.
Payne and Booker in the backcourt. Kevin Durant is out there with MP. And it's 8 minutes to 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns.
Doing my project in school, and your teacher said I
Pass
was
to
doing such a
Christopher.
good job that I got to come home early, and now I never said, no, you have little kid germs. And he said, don't worry,
Martin
no
with the
water
ball.
fall in. So he goes to drink it, and he spills it all
Here's
over
Tate.
my car.
That's the
Finished
worst
off
thing.
by
Gets in the
Tate.
cup holders,
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge
Listen, I'm
boost in a
taking
tight
the
game
Jimmy.
like this.
And it's going to be a 3-second call. The Suns making a switch here. Warren's checked
That would be
in.
annoying.
Marjanovic checked in for the Rockets.
What's going to happen? Oh, he's getting expelled.
Pass to Christopher.
Let him go back to school if he completes a one-day juvenile detention.
Porter against
class.
Payne.
He is going to juvie.
And he lobs it up to the rim. And stolen by Booker.
Go to jail, so he has to pass it?
He has to pass it to go
Payne,
back
pass
to
to
school,
MP.
and 99% of the people who take my class fail.
Well, doesn't that mean you're just a bad
And the
teacher?
Suns getting another bucket right there.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Houston has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3.
He is going to juvie.
Pass to Christopher.
No, it's tonight, and if he fails, he's going to go to jail.
Go to jail, so he has to pass it?
Back to
Has to
Porter.
pass it to go
This one
back
for
to school,
3.
and 99% of the
The
people who take
offensive
my class
rebound.
fail.
Their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive
It's not
board.
my fault I spilled the Hawaiian
Booker
punch
finds
when I was
MP.
playing ball. Well, because the teacher said that I could make whatever I wanted out of
He
it.
shoots.
Say that.
And another basket for Phoenix.
Exactly.
Okay, that's on the defense. You got to show more fight if you want to stop them.
Aye, aye, Captain. Hey,
Look, not
Pass to
often
Christopher.
do I agree with
About 3
Jeffy,
seconds
but
between
he
the shot
didn't
clock
do
and the game
anything
clock.
wrong, technically. The teacher did say make something out of...
Outside quarter.
Play tonight's Mega Millions jackpot on
A shot from the mid-range.
wood.
It's
He
hauled
made
in by the
something out of
Suns.
wood, and it didn't even
They've
shoot.
led by as
Doesn't
many
even
as
look like a
11.
real guy. Like, come on,
Minnesota will be
40
traveling to
with
face
that,
them
so
after this
really,
game.
this should not have
And that
happened.
one's
I'm
good
actually
by
on Team Jeffy on
Durant.
this one.
I love the confidence that Durant plays with. The closer he gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes.
And that'll do it for the first half of play.
You want all
The
of
Suns
it.
on top,
You want
up
all
7.
the paper towels.
And we'll be back for the second half following the break.
At least you got most of it. You got most of it.
want? Hey, I'm gonna need a lot more paper towels than this. Can I have the rest?
No! How much more punch did he spill? What the heck?
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play.
to the counter to hear him better.
The Suns will go for a different look here. Landale's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. MP comes in for Durant. TJ Warren, he's checked in for Okogie. And
The next story was inspired by a water
Payne is
park
subbed in
mishap
for Paul.
that occurred in
RJ, you
Indonesia.
played with
Water
some of
park
the
rides
greats.
tend to have a weight
LeBron,
capacity
Duncan,
limit, or
Dirk,
a number of
Jason
persons
Kidd,
allowed
just
at
to
one
name a
time.
few.
But for
But if
this
the game were on the
particular
line,
occasion, the
who would
standard
you want taking
requirements
the
were
last shot?
definitely
Put
not
me
a
on the spot
factor
here.
due to the
I'm going to be
outcome of
really
the
honest.
accident.
I have
We
been
wanted
in
to
great
create a
situations
dramatized
with all of
version
those guys, and
inspired
they've
by
all
the
delivered.
alleged
So
occurrence.
this isn't,
Before
but I'm going to
everything
go
got
with the
shut
person
down,
that's
my
delivered
girlfriend
the
and I
biggest
traveled
shot
to
of my career,
Indonesia.
and
That
that
may
was
seem
Kyrie
like a
Irving.
strange
He hit
pick,
the
but
clutchest
my
shot
biggest reason for
in
going there
NBA
was the
history.
price.
Argue with
Everything
me
there
if you
was
want.
dirt
You're
cheap
gonna...
compared to back home. And this was the first time we'd been able to
lose it.
save up enough money
no
to go
argument
anywhere.
here. So
But
the
even
Houston
then, we'd
5
heard
right
the
now.
news about what
Porter
was
Jr.
going on
and Green
at
at the
the
backcourt
time.
set.
And
Frank
had
Kaminsky
the
is
suspicion
out
that
there
this
with
might be
Kenyon
the last
Martin.
chance we
And
got to
Alex
go on a
Garuba
real
in at the 5
vacation
spot.
for a long
And
while.
they're doing
Due to all
strong
that
work
mess,
on the
we were
glass,
spending
a
a little more
+5
than we
advantage for
planned
them.
to make
The
sure we
Rockets
got to
trail.
do everything we wanted and then
Trying to
some.
find a
One of
spark
the less
here.
Yes,
intelligent
indeed. A
decisions
rough
was to
stretch
go to this water
offensively.
park
They could
we'd
really
seen
use
so
a
many
basket.
advertisements
Well,
about.
after he was
Ever
jettisoned
since we
by the
started planning our
Cavaliers,
trip,
Kevin
it was
Porter
said to be the
Jr.
biggest
getting
water
a
park in
second
the
chance
country,
here with
with
the
all sorts of
Rockets,
huge,
and they
crazy
put the ball
rides
in
and
his
slides to
hands
go
and
on.
believe in
I've
him.
always been a bit
And
of a
Kevin
geek
Porter
when it came
with
to
an
theme
opportunity in
parks and
Houston
such,
now
so
to learn
I've been
from his
thinking
past
about buying
mistakes.
tickets the
Well,
whole
B.A.,
time.
controlling
But it
his
wasn't until our
turnovers,
last day
now
there,
still a work in
also the
progress,
hottest
but
day of the
all
entire
these early
sweltering
reps will
week,
serve him
that
well
I
long
managed
term.
to get my girlfriend
Durant,
to
he's
agree
checked in
under
for
the guise
Warren.
of
And a
feeding
change
the
for the
heat.
Rockets.
She's always been
Cauley
terrified of
Stein, he's
heights
checked
and
in
large
for
bodies of
Kaminsky.
water and drowning.
Here's Martin.
But she's always
Rockets
been
with
kind of
another
scared
miss.
of everything. So
Phoenix
I
has
usually
gone
just
4 of
convince her
8
to
from
get
3,
over her
a nice
fears.
percentage.
It was hard enough
Booker,
getting her on
pass
the
to
plane
MP.
in the first place, but I have lots of practice persuading
Yes,
her. I let
and
her
it's
acclimate
Booker
to the
with
place
the
for a little
setup.
while. She seemed to be okay
Booker's
with the
got his
lazy
7th
river,
assist
but
of the
I
game with that
personally
last
never
one.
heard more of a boring concept. After she wasn't on
To
the
the
verge
paint.
of
Here's
tears
Cauley
anymore,
Stein.
I said it was
And
my
the
turn to
jam
pick
by
where we
Cauley
went.
Stein.
Of course,
Now,
I
B.A.,
chose
you
the
know they
meanest,
would love for him to
coolest
get
water
more of
slide I could
those
see.
opportunities.
The
Well, that
tallest
would cut
one in
into the
park,
deficit
with the
quickly if he
longest
does.
line that gave away
They're going
its
to turn it over.
popularity.
They couldn't
My
get it
girlfriend
inbounds in
was not
time.
happy about it, but
Turnovers
she
are
came
going to
along.
be a stat
It wasn't
he
until we
wants
started
to skip
lining
in the
up on the
box score
stairs
tonight.
that she got
That's his
antsy.
4th
Oh
of the
my
game.
God, we're
All
up
right, the
so
Rockets
high.
making a switch here.
Let me just hold on to you.
Marjanovic is checked
It's
in.
okay. This thing is solid structure. We're not going anywhere.
I don't care. It's too
46
high.
seconds
Can't
left to
we
play in the
just,
third quarter
I don't
here.
know, stay on the island with the white sandy beaches.
Now
and the
here's
crystal
Cauley
clear
Stein.
water and
Defense
enjoy
right on him.
ourselves?
I'm not gonna waste our
Porter, shot
last
is
bit
off.
of vacation
Well,
on
his shooting
tanning
is
with a bunch of senior
unfortunately
citizens
not
wearing
a big thing.
Speedos and
And
jock
his lackluster
straps.
accuracy
There's
is
too many
probably the
people
thing that's
on this
keeping them
thing.
behind.
Oh God,
Booker,
I
the
can feel
pass
it
to MP.
swaying.
It's not swaying. Your legs are
Oh,
probably
he
just
remains
weak from
perfect.
last night.
7 for 7,
The
showing
line
no
was
signs of
crawling,
letting up.
and there wasn't
He's been
any
playing
order to it
great,
either. The
unselfish
entire
basketball.
stairwell was
Really
packed
putting
with
the rock
people.
in the hands
and
of
even
the
though
right
we were in the
shooters.
shade,
His
the
court
humid
vision
heat
has
that's
been on
classic
display
to
in this
Indonesia
one.
was
He's
slowly
doing a
sweating us
tremendous
all to
job just
death. The higher
orchestrating
up
the
we got,
offense
the more the
beautifully.
breeze went by. I was thankful for that, but my girlfriend couldn't stop
Collie
looking
Stein with
down.
it. It's
Babe,
Martin
if you're
on the
so
wing.
terrified of heights, why don't you stop looking at the ground?
With one on the
Look at
clock.
the clouds or something. She looked at me
Oh,
with
got it
daggers in
off
her
in
eyes,
time,
but didn't
it's
say
no
anything.
good.
Her jaw
And a
was
great
clenched
show
shut,
through three
chattering
quarters
with
as we
fear.
enter the
I
fourth.
recognized
Who will
that she was
carry the
getting
day?
more anxious,
The
but
Suns on
I'd been
top,
easing
leading
her
by
fear
7.
so much
And
for that
time to
entire
step away
trip.
quickly,
I was
but we'll be
hoping that
back
she
in
could
no
just be an
time
adult
with the
just
start
one
of the
time
fourth
and
quarter.
deal with it. The first part of the slide was a huge drop. Just have to take a little. Fine, let's go. I am when I felt water kept falling out of it. Because now she believes she's some sort of clairvoyant. What's worse is I just can't enjoy water slides like I used to anymore. Because I can't help but think about what it would have been like to be trapped.
And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your two guards share the wealth.
Not just playing selfless.
He is checked in for Phoenix. Okogie comes in for Baisley. Kaminsky, he's checked in.
Hey Siri, text Jayla Brown.
What do you want to say?
Are you scared of heights?
Send it?
Yes.
Done.
Hey Siri, back to YouTube.
In for Houston, Martin
tormenting
comes
the
in for
guests,
Green.
which you can see in this video
We're in the
clip.
final
The
quarter
clown
play
says
here.
some pretty harsh insults with zero filter, so you can imagine how
3
badly
minutes
one
in.
would want to hit the target. We wanted to create a nightmare fuel that may lead, which you can see. The next story.
There goes Tokyo. Oh, wow. What are you doing, bowling for
The next pretty harsh insults with zero filter, so you can imagine how badly one would want to hit the target.
It's Martin
We wanted
on
to
the
create
wing.
a nightmare fuel that may leave future
Outside tape.
fairgoers to perhaps keep it shut and let the clown
Just
do
5
the
on the clock.
talking. Because you know, it may be a nice jester. Last summer, I moved to a new
Takes a
town during
turnaround,
the break.
Jay.
It kind of came
There's
out
the
of
shot
nowhere,
clock
so I really
violation.
wasn't able
So
to
they'll
say
turn it
goodbye
over.
to any of my
Houston
friends,
making
and
some changes.
I hadn't
Green
gone.
comes in for Kaminsky. And it's Porter Jr. in for Tate. Phoenix calls
And
timeout.
you're all right.
They're trailing by 5.
In red.
There's a minute
Sorry,
40 left to
Dad.
play in the
You were
fourth
so
quarter.
close to getting him. Maybe next time, okay?
All right, we present our New Balance player of the game, Devin Booker.
It's almost beyond belief what he's done in this game. He's been impossible to cool off in just about everything he looks at. It doesn't matter who's guarding him. He's had an answer for just about everyone.
It's great to see a fantastic block on replay once again.
Yeah, I love that they maintain the defensive energy even when they're behind.
The deadly pair of Paul and Booker are the backcourt. Kevin Durant is out there with MP. And it's Okogie in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Timeout called, the Rockets. They lead by 3. Minute 32 left in the fourth quarter of this one. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hi guys. Over the break, I was able to catch the message Houston's coach was giving to his team. This isn't anyone's game. So he told them, stay aggressive, stay hungry. We can't afford to let up on the energy out there. He's hoping they'll finish with the flurry. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie.
For those that wanted only Family Guy characters, don't worry. We got you on the
Paul
next story.
passes to
For
MP.
Beavis and Butthead fans, the pleasure is mine.
It's good.
The story
The assist
happened
that
around
time
the
from
early
Paul.
2000s when I was in my mid-20s.
Paul's got assist
I worked as
number
a
9
full-time
now.
art
What an
model
effort
and
here
posed
tonight.
for various
Houston in the lead.
photographers, painters, and even sculptors. It was a fairly straightforward gig, but the only
105 left in the
downside was
fourth.
that I had to sit for at least 3 hours
Şengün,
straight,
no
depending
good.
on the circumstances.
Does what he has to
I
do to
remember
avoid
starting
the
off
block,
by
but
posing
hard
with
to
just
stay
regular
in
clothes
control
on,
when you
but
change your
as time
shot.
went on,
And
the work
Paul gets it to
slowly
go.
started shifting to
Great
more
to see guys who
flamboyant
don't back
attire.
down under pressure.
Eventually, the
He
job
knew
entailed
what
me
they
to pose
needed
nude,
here and
as
was
that was the
determined
demand
to
of the current
deliver.
art class. I was high-key uncomfortable with the whole ordeal, but
Now,
over
here's
time,
Green.
I had gotten used to being a nude model while I accepted other gigs on the side. Weird stares and creepy old men became a natural thing for
And it's
me.
MP with a
And
rebound.
as long as they
Yeah,
knew
we're
their
not used to
boundaries,
seeing
I
them
had
get
nothing to
bottled up
fear.
like that.
One day,
Wow.
I posed for an art class that was being held at some local library near my home. I remember feeling nervous
And the
as hell
shot
as the
counts.
room was
He's
filled with at least
fouled,
30
and
to
it's a
40
chance for a
artisans
three-point play.
scouring at me with their eyeballs. However, despite being in the spotlight, I couldn't shake off the
Free throw
nasty
no
feeling
good from
this
MP.
odd-looking individual
8-second
gave
difference
me.
between the
Amidst
shot clock and
crowd,
game
my
clock.
peripheral
To halt
gaze
the run.
focused on a man with slanted eyes and
No good
rat-like
there.
teeth.
Booker
And at
with the
sight of his
defensive effort.
overgrown head, it was like he was suffering from
And they
some
go to
kind
the
of
intentional
physical
foul.
disorder.
And the
I tried to
Rockets making a
focus on
change here. Kaminsky's checked in.
Or worse, he might already be there, hiding in the basement, attic, or amidst my clothed feet, attempting to pull.
Are you ready for this? Vegamore is a vegan hair wellness brand that focuses on helping women with hair loss.
The good Samaritans helped me out, and when I told them where the creep was hiding, he was eventually
and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
To the police.
And at the line,
although I
Paul
survived
looks
this
cool
ordeal,
and
the
collected,
incident,
like there isn't a lot riding on this trip.
The next story was inspired by a real-life incident that occurred at the one and only horror shorts party. Yep,
Houston
you heard
calls
that right.
timeout.
We never thought we'd...
They're down by 5.
After I graduated from school,
20
there was
seconds
something
left in the
inside me
game.
that was dying to go down the slides again. I was still a really skinny guy, but I figured if I went alone, I wouldn't have to worry about being seen by anyone I knew. On a whim, I drove out to the park and bought a ticket.
And it's the Rockets with the ball, and it's Green off the drive.
A sometimes underrated playmaker, Green showing good patience and vision.
I didn't remember from before. Something that, on the one hand, made me feel a little better about myself, but also just weirded me out. There were so many fat people. As soon as I got in line for the security check, it was the first and only thing I could notice. There didn't seem to be a single normal-sized person except myself and maybe one or two of the employees.
16 seconds left
But
in the
even
fourth,
they were...
and they stop the clock as soon as they
I had to
can with
pinch
the
my
intentional
nose and
foul.
hold my breath
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
It was so unreal to see the way that all
And he
these
hits
fat
both free
people
throws here,
interacted with
and
each
it's a
other.
5-point game.
Instead of
Calm
watching
and
where they were
cool,
going
and his
and
free
making sure
throws
they
put a
didn't run
bow
into
on
things
this
or other
one.
people.
Nice way
It
to
was like
finish
they were
the game
playing
up.
bumper cars with their own waistline.
And here's
They
Porter.
would just blunder around, bumping into everything and everyone, only barely noticing that there was something
Outside.
in their way when it came into contact
sun's
with
clearing.
the bloated bellies. It looked like some dystopian commentary film on our consumer
Outside
culture.
Paul.
But I had to pinch myself.
So
to
the
believe
Suns
that it
win
was,
it.
in fact,
This one was
reality.
in the balance
Everything
right
aside,
until the
I
final
barely even got
seconds.
through the security
And
check.
BA,
I
they
was thankful
showed
to not
their
be trapped in
character
the
when
aisles
it mattered
anymore and have the
most,
whole water
sending
park
those
to
fans
But
home
my
happy.
problems didn't end there.
And that'll wrap it
Every
up,
single
folks.
patron I saw
This is
inside the
Brian
park was
Anderson
also
saying thank you for
grotesquely
watching.
overweight. It
We'll
was
see you
almost
later.
impossible to navigate the place. They took up the entire path and waddled by inches, always walking in a horizontal line with all their equally puffy companions, and never actually looking where they're going. I did what I could to squeeze by them, but they always took that as an insult and yelled stuff at me as I passed. Of course, they were never going to catch up with me. The first place I went was my old favorite water slide. It had been many years since I rode it, but it still looked just as fun as it used to be. And no less, because the splashes that all the fat people made when they reached the bottom were ginormous, made it look even more fun. Honestly, I was shocked that these people could even get up the stairs to the top of the slide. But sure enough, I was crammed between them for the entire wait. And of course, the guy in front of me, the most morbidly obese person I'd seen all day, went into the slide and got stuck halfway down. When the lifeguard saw that he never came out the other side, he immediately turned off the water and shut down the slide. Everyone in line groaned and started cussing. And I was pissed that I waited the entire line just for some fatso slob to ruin it for me at the last second. Everywhere else I looked, at every ride in the entire park, I saw a large line of jiggling, flabby people who should have never been allowed to take their shirts off. Fed up with the rides, I tried to find a place that I could at least relax. I made my way to the lounging pool, the one with the partially submerged bar in the middle of it. My mood was already spoiled. And of course, every stool at the bar was occupied by a person whose hind end was spilling over the side and floating on the water. Nonetheless, I squeezed my way in between two of them in desperate need of hydration. Hey, bartender, can I get some water, please?
Forget about him. I was here first. Serve me first. He doesn't need much water anyway. I mean, just look at him.
I was too shocked to say anything. The glutton already had 3 cocktail glasses in front of him, and by the stench that wafted out of his mouth with every word, he was clearly already drunk, and it wasn't even 4 p.m. The bartender tried to do the right thing and quickly pour me a water before asking the other man what he wanted. But even that didn't go over well. Before I could pick the cup off the bar, the fat ogre next to me snatched it with his sausage fingers and guzzled the entire thing. Then he looked at me with the same kind of grin that a 2-year-old looks at you with right after they drop a hot, steamy turd in their pants, knowing you're the one who's going to clean it up. And just to add insult to injury, he handed me the cup that was completely empty except for a few chunks of ice.
That should be enough for your little twig body, right?
I got away before I said something rude. Somehow there was a lump in my throat from how frustrated I was. I was just trying to have a good time, and all these disgusting blobs were ruining everything. And
as you can tell, Danny, we've been asking CG Hazy some questions to try to distract him. It doesn't look like it's working because he has increased the lead.
You guys could. I sent over 35 more questions. Just keep moving down that list.
CT, can you read us Shakespeare and play 2K at the same time? 2 beats or not 2 beats, Danny?
That is the question.
Which looked like a really big pool with a fake beach on one end.
Still a long way to go. You can get back in this. It's a game of runs.
Except that it hadn't been there the last time I was here. There were these little waves propagating through the water. But I thought
we have a great game. It's halftime, so we're going to take a break from the action because it's time for top plays.
Top plays time. This is an impressive game, and we have seen a lot of impressive plays throughout the year, but only one can take the title of top play of the year, and that 1 million VC that comes along with it.
That VC, those 2K TV awards, it's a big decision, and it's up to you. Here's our dear friend Scott Moak with the finalists.
Instead of panicking, the ocean of people started cheering in anticipation for something. And that's when I realized that the wall I was looking at was not just a wall, but covered in huge panels that pushed the water to form waves. The whole thing retracted immediately, and before I could react, they pushed forward and sent a tsunami barreling through the water. I was immediately swept underneath the surface, tumbling through a horrible realm of every single wave. There was someone underneath them. It just wouldn't budge. It was so dark out there, too. I started to run out of air. Panicking, I tried to punch someone in the crotch, as they knew that would get their attention. But of course, all they did was reflexively knee me in the face and kick me away without even thinking twice. That knocked the last gasp of air out, faced away in disgust, and turned over to his mouth. When I woke up, a fat, sweaty, greasy nurse lady was giving me the breath of life. I pushed her face away in disgust and turned over to expel the water from her lungs. One of the most painful things I've ever done.
Now, little boy. That's no way to treat a lady that's saving you. Show some respect. I should call the police on you, you disgusting peeping Tom.
I was in utter disbelief of the entire situation, incapable of thinking of a single thing to say. As soon as I was able, I got to my feet and started walking away at a moderately brisk pace.
You get back here! Somebody stop him!
I didn't even have to make a run for it. I knew there was no chance now of any one of those blocks keeping up with my walk. I've never gone back to a water park since that day, but at least I lived to tell the tale. This is the story I reference whenever people bigger than me try to tell me to eat. I tell you, the people in this country are revolting, not in the way they should be.
Every night it seems to be different.
It's important to follow your vehicle's recommended service schedule, and we're here.
Hey,
bartender, can I get some wine, please? Forget about him. I was here
to get this game started. Here's a classic NBA question.
This amateur sketch resembles what many of you say the Rat Man looks like.
This is the remarkable story of the Rat Man.
Hold on.
I'd go with the Lakers. More superstars over the years. I think that 2000s run with Kobe and company. That put in my
The next story was inspired by a viral fictional movie character called the Rat Man. For those that haven't seen it, we encourage you to check it out. We figure it would be appropriate to include it in this segment, as this is a live stream video after all. Here's our take on the legend of the Rat Man. The following footage was discovered deep in the woods by a search party that went looking for two missing college students. This was all that was found of the vanished. Those who uncovered the tape and were the first to watch it decided the world would be better off if nobody else ever witnessed the contents of the video. Years later, it has fallen into the hands of someone who thinks otherwise. The original footage has been deemed too graphic for public consumption. This is a shot-for-shot adaptation of the events dictated in the footage. Viewer discretion is advised. These woods are pretty creepy, right? This'll work great for the movie.
You think so? What about me? How do I look?
Pretty good. A very fair virgin for the witch's sacrifice.
You're crazy. Come on, let's go deeper.
We were just trying to make a short horror movie for our drama class based on the Blair Witch movie that had recently come out. The forest on the outskirts of the town seemed like the perfect place for a dark and mysterious setting. These woods were home to their fair share of urban legends from people around town. Of course, we didn't take any of that seriously. We just thought we'd build a good
Boy, a
atmosphere.
tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a
What?
shot.
What is it?
Just point the camera here. I stepped in something.
Oh, man.
The train.
I think so. God, I think I'm gonna be sick.
It's only half a deer. It looks like something was eating it. Must have been a bear. We stepped in its leftovers.
Shut up. Don't get all investigative on me. This doesn't have anything to do with the movie.
Not unless we improvise. What do you say? Do you think we can work this into the script? I was trying not to see. What do you think? Can we look for Bigfoot and horrible man looking down and screaming hysterically.
Ratman! Ratman! Ratman!
And it's Finney Smith with the rebound.
Come on, let's get out of here. I realized that well actually led down into a tunnel. So I grabbed my friend's hand and dragged her away from that psychotic hobo as fast as I could. Very quickly, all the daylight pouring in from the well's opening diminished and disappeared, leaving us in complete darkness. The only way we could see anything was by using the night mode of the camcorder and its puny little flashlight. But even without being able to see, we knew where we had ended up, just by the smell of it. That awful stench of raw sewage was suffocating. And what started out as a knee-deep sludge only rose higher and higher as we trekked deeper through the tunnel, looking for a way out. What kind of well draws
one of the great
from a
shot
sewer?
blockers
I just
in
want
the
to
league.
go home.
Just three
Please
to shoot.
promise me we're going to make it out
Doncic,
alive.
no good.
I
I'll tell
promise.
you, it has not been
Just
this
hang
guy's
tight.
best night,
We'll
but
find
the
an exit
teammates have
shortly.
been there
None
to
of
pick
this
up
was
the
funny
slack.
anymore.
Love it.
We weren't trying to
Leaves the
adapt
pass to the
any of this
chosen.
for our little film project. We didn't say much to each other despite how confused and scared we were. I think we were both worried that if we started talking, we would start panicking. And then we might just realize that we were already in too deep and there was no getting out of this situation. The only thing that kept us from freaking out was ignorance. How could we possibly know just how much trouble we were really in? How could anybody expect to see what was lurking in that sewer? After what felt like hours, we finally reached something different. There was a small opening where a few of the sewer tunnels connected, and for a moment we thought we were saved. Look, I see light. We found it right then. Of course, they noticed us.
All the way to the Western Conference Finals. Obviously, the huge upset over the Suns turned that season into what was a dream run early in Luka Doncic's
We thought if we just backed away slowly, we could figure out another way.
JaVale McGee's check in for Christian Wood.
My
Foul comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Reggie Bullock in for
when I saw
Hardaway.
my friend getting devoured in one bite by the unholy rat-man creature. A demon spawn from the sewers of hell
And with the
itself.
Mavs have tripped doors to the conference
It was a
finals,
horror
puts
beyond the
them ahead of
most
schedule,
twisted
many people think.
imagination.
Yes, Kevin, but
I turned tail and ran as fast as I could, screaming for help and forgetting about the camera. Ah! Somebody help me! Please! Ah! Ah!
And so here is Dallas. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx.
Just wash it with the load of the spinner. Shake it off. Take the devil out of it. Go about your business.
The next story was inspired by a Bob Ross conspiracy theory called Happy Little Accidents. For those who don't know the conspiracy, here's a dramatized version of it in honor of the great Bob Ross himself. Years and years ago, a friend of mine and I got interested in painting on a whim. I remember the night we found ourselves at the craft supply store. We had to drive to the outskirts of town to get there, and we'd only managed to arrive less than an hour before the store closed. We thought it would be a quick trip, but that particular store had some rides such as the roller coasters were an obvious choice for thrill seekers such as myself. I made sure to always keep those thoughts in the back of my mind, though, considering I didn't want to tarnish the experience. As I gradually moved along the lineup, I had this nagging feeling that someone was gazing at me from amongst the crowd. Looking across a sea of people, it was difficult to pinpoint where that strange aura emanated from, and this feeling of being watched was really creeping me out. But as I got on the coaster, I felt a tingling sensation down my spine.
And canvas behind. I requested the assistance of the staff who kindly brought me a towel and a new set of clothes when I was done modeling. Once I was good to go, I made it a point to look at the canvas the creep left behind and was shocked to the core when I saw my home address and the front angle of my house meticulously painted. Naturally, I freaked out, showing the canvas to the
Forum in Memphis. And that'll be the last game of their very short three-game road tour. On the court for Dallas here in the second. At the guard positions, it's Doncic and Hardaway Jr. Christian Wood is out there with Maxi. Cleveland. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hi, guys. The chosen one in the last game against
The
Houston.
next story was inspired by this viral photograph of an older gentleman. You can clearly see a strange resemblance to the Family Guy character Herbert in that one episode where he cross-dresses wearing a wig and a dress. The person who submitted this story provides a vague description of what took place the day the photo was taken. So we decided to spruce it up a bit and give you guys a dramatized version of the alleged occurrence.
Yeah, he was the driving force behind that victory, but each night comes with different challenges.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment right back. He is always ready with a counter.
Davis with the bucket.
Yeah, the added muscle Davis has put on, helping him on these tough finishes, flexing on him there.
24/7 access.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. It's a three-point game.
He didn't know it, but he had
Here's
a
Wood.
refined philanthropist
And it's good,
message to
assisting on the
thank
play
for
with
all the
Hardaway.
amenities.
Wood's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
The chosen one sinks the triple.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Doncic passes to Finney Smith. Here's Hardaway.
The young man just once, and then he was hers. She watched from afar.
Puts it up from 12.
Waiting for the right moment to
and no good. And the Lakers going the other way now. Coming into this having notched to win against the Rockets in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how
I don't
to
know.
approach that
I
defense.
guess the Encyclopedia of Snakes is quite interesting.
Because they got quality looks.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Reeves the pass to Walker. Lakers working the ball around now. Here's the chosen one. Guarded by Hardaway. The chosen one gets the basket.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Dallas calls timeout. And to watch NBA offense when the ball is hopping, I think you'd agree. It is
I don't know.
the
I just...
precision, the
Wait a
grace,
second. Don't I know you from somewhere? You look exactly like Herbert.
From what? Sonny. The only person I look like is the most stunning regal woman you've ever laid your eyes on. Is that right?
Yeah, woman, sure.
Don't think about that other question. I have something more important to ask. Do you like pops?
Summer at Racetrack sounds a lot like... Head into Racetrack to buy any 20-ounce bottle of soda and pick up another for just $1 to keep sipping on savings all summer long. Now that sounds delightful. Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
I've been missing you.
Outside.
Replica, world's first AI friend.
The game has been very close in a lot.
I mean, yeah, as a kid I did, but I haven't had one in years.
Tisk. I'm so sorry, Sonny. I keep asking the wrong questions. You're a little old for popsicles, aren't you? You're a man now, and you're after a different kind of sugar. So tell me, Chisel specimen, you like hot blonde babes? Do you like floral dresses like this?
Rebounded by Hardaway.
Look, I should get going. I have finals tomorrow.
Nonsense. Stay a little longer.
Floats one up, and Doncic lays it in. And that's now 7 points for Luka Doncic.
There is this fundamental confidence to what Luka does, and those difficult floaters, no problem.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
Oh, no, it's fine. You know, people can express themselves however they want.
I just want to get that same kind of attention that my scandalous granddaughter
The Mavericks trailer.
She's so hot. You would really like her. She goes here, too. And she really enjoys making men out of
kicks to Hardaway.
Yeah? What'd she look like?
She's a natural blonde. Nice and thick, too. Great chest. I'm actually going to be picking her up from here in just a few minutes. Want to come along? The mistress knew that the lonely young man couldn't resist the temptation of a voluptuous woman's company. He agreed despite everything, disregarding his own anxieties and suspicions that the mistress was not truly who she said she was. The van was parked at the curb outside the library, waiting for the pair to climb aboard.
James has got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
But the mistress knew just how to make him forget about all his worries. My gorgeous granddaughter is waiting for you in the back, right on the other side of those doors. Go ahead, open it. He was reluctant, but he couldn't stop himself.
Well, Kevin, I
He
think you have to look
underestimated
at
the
the deep
strength
run
and
into
weight
the
of the
playoffs
woman
from
he
last year,
was
where they
blinded by
finally
his knee.
figured out
As
the
soon as
pieces
he
they need
saw
to
it,
have
there was
around their
nothing
great
and no
star,
one inside
Luka
the ring.
Doncic.
He only had a
Obviously, you
moment
need
to act
shooting
before
across
it was too
positions,
late.
but I
The
think
moisture
one
in the
thing you
field
need to
strength
consider
great
with the
enough to
Dallas
warrant the
Mavericks,
envy of men.
paint
She
protection
lifted her
is
cane
critical.
high into the air and
High-level
brought it
defenders
swiftly down
are
upon the
critical.
back of the young man's head. Ah! He fell forward without struggling, nothing more than a limp ragdoll.